Hello everybody. Welcome to a video in which we'll be looking at the Gundam card game new type pricing launch event. So for that event, I'm going to let you know that you are going to be receiving 4 packs. 4 packs has been the standard that Bandai has basically told the stores that they have to do, which means that you're only going to have a pool of a total of 48 cards, right? So each card with 12 packs. You only have a pool of 48 cards to make a 30 card deck. So remember, your deck that you're going to make is 30 cards. However, they are not color restricted. You can put as many colors as you want in it, right? So remember those two things. You're going to get 48, you need to make 30, and you are going to basically leave out 18, right? So this, because your pool of cards is very limited, it's going to be very random, and it's really going to be about more can you play the game a little bit better. You should be having your resource cards available to you. You are not going to get 10 resources from 4 packs. That's just not going to happen. So definitely bring your stack of 10 resources or have some way to represent it. And of course, your tokens for EX and base that you'll need for the format, right? From there, you're going to have your 4 packs. So we're going to go ahead and open them and try to make a deck of 30 cards from them, okay? So this is not a pack opening technically, but we are opening packs. We're going to see what we get and then go from there. Okay, so we have pilots. Pilots are going to be super important. Any pilots you can get, you should definitely consider putting them to the side. Especially they're very strong and if they work really well with your cards. So we're going to perfect strike here, a nurse, and then resource that we don't really need. This is going to be a pretty good command. I likely would like to run that for sure. Drawing is really nice. It is 30 cards, but you're not likely to run through all 30 in a game. Probably not. I don't think you do that even with a regular size deck. We have a pretty solid command here. So blue commands, white commands, if you can get them, they're pretty solid. We have some more units. We have another command, which is not as good, but we'll still put it to the side. We have more pilots. We have gun tank. Another draw. So another thing is that you are not limited to the number of cards of the same name. So if I were to get, for example, 5 of these, I could run all 5. That's not going to happen, but technically it's not against the rules. And I got a dual Gundam, an LR, which is pretty nice. Not a super powerful one, but definitely one I'm going to keep in mind when building. There's probably won't be a lot of synchro or work together with the cards in here. Right? We got a Goog, Rizal, a couple pilots, command pilots, mid-air Gundam. We have the Witch and the Bride, and then we got a Unicorn Gundam as well. So this would be a really nice base to build off of. We got a Unicorn and a dual Gundam available to us. If I need one, I can go deep game with the Unicorn, right? Next, we have Mistral, Goof, Zudot, Wing Gundam, easy. Sword, dual Gundam, and we got a Justice. Wow, I actually lucked out and got some pretty nice LRs to work with, right? So we got tokens, those won't work. We got a few rares. So we have dual Gundam Assault. I definitely want to make sure that I zero in on my pilots that I got, and I don't feel like I got all of them. Let me take a look. See, we have yep, one, and that's it. The rest are tokens and things like that. All right, so I got really lucky. I ended up with a pretty good number of LRs that I can build around. I definitely should run all 3. These are pretty high level, so ideally I don't have them like super early in the game, but I definitely want to have them. I don't have any of the pilots for them at all. Gotta take a notice of that. I don't have a Yak, I don't have a Benager Lynx or an Atheron. Meaning we're gonna take a look here. I have 2 of the Elanceris, which recovers if you have damage. We got a Wufei, which works with Breach. Rita works with Repair. So we got a couple of keywords you gotta keep in mind. There's a command / Academy. That could be useful. Racide if you have Racide and Maganarch, and McCube if you have Xeon. So we're going to have to look at our cards and see what we get. All of these commands are pretty good. I want to say I'm going to run all 4, especially the Overflowing and the Show of Resolve. These 2 cards are just really good. You automatically see them, you run them, you don't even think about it. Sign of Revolution is really nice. As a burst, you draw one that can help you if they hit it. Or you can deal 2 damage to a unit. That's also pretty good. And then you have a bounce of unit 5 or less with this guy. That's already 4 cards. These 4 commands are going in the deck, no question. Naval Bombardment would work really well if you have blockers. As of right now, there's definitely the Perfect Strike, which is going to be run by me. 5/3, which means it's kind of a late blocker, but a really good blocker nonetheless. Next, we have the Dual Gundam 3/2/3/3. If it gets 5 or more AP against Breach, it can hit 5 with a couple of our pilots. Therefore, it is something that is doable. No Link, unfortunately. We have no Zaf trait pilot, but it's still a pretty strong card, all being said. I have a gun tank here. It deals 1 damage to a rested unit. That's always going to be really nice to get rid of something small. Let's take a look here. So as of right now, I think Naval Bombardment is going to be one of the few that I must cut. We have a Launcher Strike. So looking like we got a couple of blockers potentially. We're going to go ahead and stack our blockers just in case. Let's see if we have Breach. Again, we're going to exclude 18. It might be easier to exclude the 18 than include than try to include the 30, right? So we have 3 spoken for. We have our LRs. We have 4 commands. Definitely these 2 blockers. Definitely these 2 cards. So far we are at 8, 9, 10, 11. We will likely run these pilots. This is a lot of pilots. I wasn't expecting to get so many. We have 5, 6, 7 pilots. 2 of them are being commands and pilots, and then we have straight up pilots. That's going to depend on what we get, right? So I don't believe we have a ton that we can do, but we'll have to take a look. We have a Zuat Zaft with support, no Link, Stealth Stratagem. This is a command that's also a pilot. I definitely should put this on the side, but this is a nice action that choose an enemy with 2 or less and deal 2 damage. This is actually super useful. I think that's definitely one that I want to run. And it is a Zaft, so we'll keep an eye out for Zaft. I think we have the Dual Gundam being a Zaft trait. So here we go. We started seeing a little bit working with it. This is not a Link, but we'll keep it in mind. We have a base. One thing I definitely should do is look at all the bases that I've picked up. Got a couple of bases here. Yeah, that's it. So we got 2 bases, 2 Nahel Argama. Then choose an enemy with 3 or less and rest. So this card gets to rest your opponent's units, and it's a shield. I definitely want to run both. We're gonna do that for 100%. We're gonna run both. So let's do that. You probably won't get a lot of bases. Any bases you get, you're likely to run. Unless you're getting like 5 or 4 or 5, that's definitely when you should cut, but you'll probably not get that many. We've got a Gira Zulu dealing damage on deployment. That's not bad. We'll keep that in mind. Wing Gundam, this is a very expensive level 5. It's a later game. No Link. There's no hero in the starting set. 4/3, I'm not sure. This is kind of fringe. May not make the cut. We'll see. G-Fighter, white base team units, gains high maneuver. We have a gun tank that's white base right now. Nothing else. We have civilian, triple ship, and Zaft. We'll keep an eye out for it. We'll see. There is possible. During pair breach with heavy arms, this just needs a pilot and it gets breached. This would work really well with Wu Fei. So we'll keep that here nearby. Pretty strong combo 5/5 with breach that takes no damage. I think that's definitely a combo we want to include potentially. We have a Goof, no Link, 2/2/3/2. That's pretty strong for 2/2. 1/1 deploy -1 AP. I like that. 1/1/1/2. This is pretty good in a rush. This format probably would like this as a rush. Let's keep looking around. So we have 2 of this guy. We'll definitely put him down. No Link happening, but still pretty good. Another Goof. Probably run both of them here. Zuat again. 0/2, but support. That could be useful. We'll keep it in mind. Again, we're only cutting a few cards anyway, so it's not a lot we can do. So we're looking at the path of victory and defeat. This one picks up you look at the top 5 and you pick up Operation Meteor. There is very little Operation Meteor, and this is a very high level card. I don't think I want to run it. I do have a wing Gundam. Let's see if we have more Operation Meteor available. I think it's just the death sight, and then that's just the other wing. So potentially 2 wings and a death sight. I feel like that's not worth it so much. So maybe our next cut will be our path to victory or defeat. I definitely want to include a death sight, right? We have repair, that's really solid. There's no other breaches, unfortunately. Roselle is pretty good for a 3-2. We're definitely including that. We have Zaku Mariner. We have the Xeno. Lower 2 or lower against first strike. That's not bad with Zaft. We have a Link again. Mid-air mortifications. Choose and rest the unit with blocker set it as active and it can't attack. This is very situational. I have to really think about it. There is a few blockers, but not enough in my opinion. There's literally 2 blockers right now. So this might be our next cut. So we are cutting that one. We have our Sword Strike, which needs Earth Alliance. We have Academy. We have Earth Federation, Xeon. We have Zaft, and we have Operation Meteor, but no. None of that. So nothing that links with the Sword Strike, unfortunately. So this we don't get. So we have to see whether the 4-3-4-3 is worth it on its own. Yeah, we don't have it, unfortunately. 4-3-4-3 might be okay. The G Sky Easy 3-2-1-3. Choose 1 unit and it recovers. This is a healer, basically, which works with white team base. We have no white team base. No pilots for one to do that with. And it takes Link. This is a card that is actually not going to be super useful. It's just a 1-3. We'll probably cut that. Xeon Remnant, main action, choose an enemy unit and deal 1 damage. This is just deal damage. I'd like this. This is a good option. I think we'll keep that. Securing the supply line. All friendly units level 4 or lower recover 2. We may not get a chance to use that. I think that's an easy cut. Plus, we already have a lot of commands available to us. So we have very few cards to cut now. We are going to include the death side, the heavy arms. We are going to include the pilots for the most part. There is not much else happening. We don't have repair. We have breach with the Link if it has 5 or more. So we do have potential breaches. This would also work with Wu-Fei and Dual Gundam. McCube only works with Xeon. We do have a couple of Xeons, so that's not terrible. We may cut Ridde. There's nothing that's got repair that I can see. And that's really like the only thing that really helps this card. It's just a +1/1 pilot at that point. I think I'd rather have other cards. I think we're cutting Ridde. We got the Sword Strike. We have the Wing Gundams. We have the Goo, the Xeon, which works with McCube. To Breach, that's a pretty solid combo. I like that. 2-2-2-3 is fine. We got the Mariner, 2-1-2-2. Not the worst. The Cancer drops for 2. We have to choose between these two. I think I'd rather have the Zuku Mariner, a little bit more rushy. Cancer kind of costs a lot. We're going to cut the Cancer. Lagu attack, if it has 5 or more, you deal 2 damage to a unit. That's pretty good, and it's a zapped, potentially, right? So all of a sudden, this Nicole command becomes super important. There's a lot of Xeon that this would work with. I really would want to pick that card up. I think if I see this in my hand, I keep it. If not, I mulligan. I'm looking for that guy. We have Noin's Ares, which when destroyed, if you have another Os, you draw 1. That's not great. Level 3, cost 3, 2-3. That's not incredibly good at all. Lucretia is the Link. We're cutting that. And then we're left with this. So let's pause. Take a look at what we got. How many we have cut. We've cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of the 48 have been cut. Right? So we are not gonna run the receipt. There's nothing that's Maganek. That's gonna be another cut. That's 9 have been cut. We have solid number of pilots. We have pilots that are commands. We have a very nice stealth stratagem guy. We have very solid commands. We have a bunch of units. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay them down. We're gonna now worry about the cost, right? So we are gonna line these up when it comes to cost. We have our pilots. I think our pilots are good. We'll do a little bit of a cost analysis on our units, okay? And then we'll line them up. So we're interested in the stratum. Stratum? Yeah. 5, level 7, level 7, level 5. This is a 30, so this is perfectly okay. We have 2 bases. We have 2-2, 4-3, no rush, but on deployment you deal damage. That's not bad. 2-1. We have Zaft here that works with that. We'll just kind of highlight that. 2-2. We have 2-2 Xeon, which works with McCube. 2 Goose, Lego is a Zaft. 3-2, pretty solid. We have Dual Gundam, 3-2, another Zaft. These are working really well. Gundam Death Sight, which works with Wu Fei. Not really, but it does have Repair 1. I like it. More expensive card, however. We have a 4-2, 3-2 is pretty strong unit. We have 1-1, 2-1, 4-3, 5-3, kind of moving into the higher 1-1, 1-1. We have quite a number that we can drop early, but not that many. 1-1, 1-1, 3-2, white base. We don't have anything white base, I believe. And nothing for maneuver. Still hits for 3, however, which is not bad. Sword Strike Gundam 4-3 and then 5-2, 5-2. I think we are looking to cut potentially some of these guys. These guys are really good. I think we got to cut the G Fighter. I think I'd rather have something stronger here. Right? And then I think there's just not enough going on with the Wing Gundam. I think we cut that as well. So we're left with the Perfect Strike and the Wing being a 5-2, high level but little drop. However, you can't link. There's almost no links except for this guy right here. So let's take a quick pause and look again. We have 2. We have pilots. We have 6. I might need to cut one potentially. Okay, we have 6 pilots. We have 2 bases. That's a total of 8. We are running 5 commands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 13. We need 17 more. We need 17 units. All of these low drops are definitely going in. They are all kind of meant to start a rush. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 here. Right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We need 10 more. We want these 3. That's going to be 23. We need 7 more. We have definitely more than 7. We want to keep all the Zafts. And these guys, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 more. Man, there's a big cut. That's a big cut time. The heavy arms works. I think we'll keep the heavy arms. And now we're looking, okay, well, do we have enough? I think we may have just too many pilots. Many of them probably do not work well. Let me see. So we have a main, choose one enemy unit with 2 or less, return it to its hand. We have a bounce, and we have recover an action. If an enemy unit with 2 or less is in play, this unit recovers 1. That's probably going to happen very often. We have support. We have 1 drops. Man, okay. So I definitely want to keep this Rizal. I think it's really good. We want the Death Sight. I think the Goog as well. I think this Wing Gundam's cut for sure, as is the Sword Strike. And we're looking at these 5. I'm really just looking to see if there's anything I prefer. Definitely don't want to cut anything that you get potentially linked with. The Zuwat is low drop, low drop, low drop, low drop. Lots of low drops, thankfully. I don't think the bounce is necessary. We'll cut that. I think we pick up the Rizal just because I need a little bit more oomph, more power. And then we might just go, I like this command to do damage. I think we just cut. I don't think, I think this is pretty good actually right here already. Solid number of pilots, solid number of units. I think we keep this. There's no link on the Goofs. There's no, maybe the Gundam Death Side, Gelgood Convert Operative. I mean, if I can find something for the Death Side, that'd be great. That side's good, but without Troa, I mean, who knows how good it'll be. It's nothing. There's no pilot really going with it, although it is okay. It's level 4-2. 4-3 is just really strong. I think I'm gonna cut the Mariner just because I'd rather have something weaker, or rather lower level, lower cost with something stronger. I think we're gonna go Death Side and go from there. So this is my 30 card deck right here. So we have 5, 10, 15, 25, oh, sorry, 20, 25, and 30. We have exactly 30. So that's the deck that I will make. We have a number of pilots. We have a number of bases. Like I said, you're probably not going to get that many bases. So 2 is fine. Pilots, you definitely want to keep a solid number of them. Pilots can be super key in this game, especially if you can get a link. There's very little link chance. So I'm just taking whatever very little link chance I can get. And that was with the Zaft. Nothing else was capable of linking. There is a Xeon, which could happen, but I decided to cut the Xeon here. So if I do cut all the Xeon, maybe McCube is something I can cut for the Mariner, something like that. It's probably perfectly fine. But otherwise, I mean, a lot is gonna depend on what you get from your packs, and if there's any possibility of linking, you should definitely try to get that going. Use definitely the strong commands, such as these. These should be automatically into the deck. LRs, if you get them, they're very strong. You definitely should be looking to run them. And then pilots, you definitely want a good number of them to get. And then as many bases as you can. You probably won't get that many. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know. There are many other things going on with these events. So I wish you luck. I hope you get something nice and that you are able to do pretty well in your pre-release. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.